Welcome back to Four Cities. Today, we discover all the district styles available in City Skylines. Population right now, about 15,500. It varies depending on what we're vacating and revacating. Cash on hand about 780,000. So we have plenty to work with. Yes, Four Cities is the battle between one man and the artificial intelligence behind the game City Skylines. We build the city. The robots live in the city. And then we destroy the city. This is where it gets interesting, as we observe the reactive behavior of artificial intelligence to environments, supply chains, and authoritarian directives. Through this exercise, we can observe collectively about the future of humans in a world dominated by AI. The motivations and actions of those in control will always be in question. Okay, here's what we're working with today. Look at this. So, when you do a zone, you can set up district styles, and today we're going to be exploring that. So the first one I think we should look at, because we need to make a decision here. We've got our pedestrian area done here at Silver Shores. We just need to figure out what we're going to populate it with. So I think the first thing we're going to go look at is just the default style. This is the one straight out of the game. And we're going to change that, and what's going to happen is all these buildings are going to suddenly disappear, and they are going to build a brand new set using the original district style of City Skylines. So let's wait and watch what happens with that. So if you have none of the expansion packs, none of the DLCs, this is what you'll get right here, the default style. Okay, let's take a look at something else. Let's go for the European style. Okay. Let's see what happens with this one. There is the old European look. Highly dense cities over there, and this is kind of what it looks like. Very nice. That's what we have going on over at Old Silvertown. And it really won't go much further than this. The buildings will level up with colors, but the height is going to be about the same here. So let's go in here and do European suburbia. Now this will be interesting because generally speaking, I only use this for low density. So it'll be interesting to see what happens when it's got high density. European suburbia. So high density European suburbia a lot of times looks very similar to the default styles. I guess they figure a high density city is kind of a high density city for the most part, wherever you are in the world. What you can do though is take some of the landmarks, some of the unique buildings, and intersperse them in this, and it'll give it a very modern European look. But you do have to add in some of the specialized buildings to fully get that look. Otherwise, you kind of end up back in the default style with this one. European suburbia is made for low density, kind of out in the suburbs. Okay. All right, let's move on and go to University City. All right, this is fun. Let's take a look at what that looks like. So this is University City. It's got a similar look to high density in the default style. However, there are a few other buildings that kind of give it that older university neighborhood look, and that can look really nice depending on your builds. And if you're looking for that slightly older look to the city, the university high density is a good way to go. So is low density, but you definitely get a different look to it. Okay, let's try Modern City Center. Okay. This is what we looked at the last episode. So this is the Modern City Center style, and in a lot of ways it looks like the default. However, as the buildings level up, to stage 2 and 3, then you get things that are a little bit different, have a little more of a modern city style. This is the Africa miniature style, and honestly, with the exception of that one house, it doesn't look that much different than the default style, and I haven't even seen a couple university buildings in there, so yeah, not seeing a lot of difference in that one. This is the heart of Korea. Now here's what's interesting. The ones in the center, that's high density. And some of those buildings still sort of look like the city center or the default style. But the low density around the outside, those actually look like they would be in a high density zone. But I guess that's just Korea for you. These ones right here. Yeah. Those are all zoned low density, but obviously it looks more high. The Brooklyn, Queens design. This is going to be something we use in other parts of the city, not down here by the riverfront, but this is great near factories, rural areas. It's just definitely got a little more of a low budget, sort of grungy feel. Sorry for you people who live in Brooklyn, Queens. A little bit older. I love the look and feel of it. It's definitely a high density building. Not the ones we're going to build down here by the waterfront though. Brooklyn, Queens. Now for these next two I'm going to show you, you want to go in and reset it back to the default style. Okay. Right as it was really building something really big. Look at this. So yeah, reset it to the default style. I guess that's just what it leveled up to. Then you have to go into your zoning panel, and we want to go up here to residential specializations, and there's two we're going to check out. First, we're going to take it the residential wall-to-wall. Now you have to assign this to an entire district, not just a zone. And alright, let's see what happens with this. It has a really different look and feel to it. So I love the look of the wall-to-wall residential. It's usually 3 to 4 stories high. It's got a really nice exterior. See the kind of funky look it has to it that goes with some of the pedestrian areas. And it's very dense. This will hold a lot of people. And it looks really good when it fills in. Okay, this is the very high density wall-to-wall. Notice how whether you do high density or low density, you kind of get the same build. These buildings hold a lot of robots. So I don't know if you're noticing, it's taking its time as it fills in on the zoning, and that's because these buildings hold so many people. So when you put these in, your population can really take off, and so we'll be utilizing this in our build as well. Okay, wall to wall, high density, even the low density. But yeah, wall to wall residential is what that is. Okay, and then let's go in here for this last one. Now this is self-sufficient buildings. Now these are kind of funny because what happens is at one time there was this idea that you could, I don't know how popular it is today, but literally they were going to build skyscrapers, right? Big tall condos with plants and trees all over the outside. Sounds cool, right? You get to live in a forest in the middle of a city. Except for one thing the residents noticed right off the bat. The bugs. So many bugs right outside your front door. And so I don't know how popular it is today, but that's what this style of building was looking at. Self-sufficient buildings, all renewable resources, low carbon footprint, low energy consumption. They look really great when they fully mature out. So we'll be using this style, the self-sufficient buildings, in Silver Shores as well. This is what self-sufficiency is all about. Low energy consumption, recycling waste, and trees growing right on the side of the building. See, check it out. Yeah. They literally have plants and trees and little rooftop gardens growing right on the side of the building, okay? That's part of their self-sufficiency, low carbon footprint. Pretty cool, huh? Well, now it's your turn. Tell me down in the comments, which one do you like? Which style should we use here in our new pedestrian area? It's going to be up to you. Yeah, we value your opinion. Don't forget, if you want to support the channel, head on over to my421.com and pick up some music. Experiment 240. It's available on iTunes. You know what's cool? I just did all of those builds right from my hotel room. All right, let's go take a look. Definitely have a lot more people here since we put in the mall. Yeah, see, these things are big. Those self-sufficient buildings. The low-density ones, not so much, but these ones might look good in front of the river. Let's see. Hope you join us again next time. Tell us which style you like the best. In 4 cities. Four cities.